Welcome to Connecting Communities, a collaboration between people in Syracuse, New York, Bloomfield, New Jersey, and Makhanda, South Africa. Connecting Communities provides people on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean an opportunity to learn more about one another through conversation. And to see, despite the 8,000 miles between us, we're more alike than we are different. This podcast is supported by the John Venn Snow Memorial Trust. For more information, go to inkululeko.org/podcast. Let's go.
I am Nosipiwo Dosi, also known as Nosi. I work for Inkululeko organization. I am part of the podcast and I work as a special programs director. Today, what was interesting was that we are going to be meeting today. So I am excited and I am hoping this will go all well. And then I'm going to pass my mic to someone else.
Hello, everyone. Well, I go by the name Ngutukazi. My surname is Maketi. I'm a student at Nzika Secondary School. I am doing grade 12, which is my matric year.
Hi, everyone. I go by the name of Akamile Kachwa. I'm a student at Nzika Secondary School based in South Africa in the Eastern Cape to be specific. Today was interesting because I had my language class today.
Hi everyone. My name is Minati. I'm schooling in secondary school. What was interesting about my day is that I had to present about nature in my class, which was a beautiful thing because nature is what we see and experience every day. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kakiswa and my surname is Skuman. I go to Nathaniel Nyaluza Secondary School. And what was interesting for me today was the first part was I got to meet some of my friends who I was in primary with, and now they're here with me. And also I got to meet my big sister. And also I got to meet with everyone else who is new. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yamtanda Fundisi. I am doing grade 12, which is my matric year, at Nzega Secondary School. What was interesting for me today was actually seeing a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time and getting to meet new people. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pumelela and my surname is Sandy, and I'm studying at Nathaniel Nyaluza. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tando, also known as Lerato. My surname is Magyo. And what's interesting about today is I got to meet my primary classmate. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tlabisa. My surname is Tlekwa. I'm from Nyalusa. I'm doing my grade 12. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Avio and my surname is Sondani. I'm doing grade 12 in Natalia Nyaluza. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sine. I go to Nzika Secondary School, doing my matric year. What was interesting today is the fact that I'm doing podcast for the first time in my life. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kwakhanya and my surname is Khielboy. I go to school, Tsika Secondary School. I'm doing grade 12 this year. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Asemahle Nchingana, also known as Shula. I go to Nzika Secondary Senior School, and what was interesting for me today was dunking on someone.
My name is Leabukwa Kyanki. I'm also a pupil at Nzika Senior Secondary School, currently doing my matric year. What was interesting about today is that I got to assist the younger pupils from other grades in mathematics.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kawe and my surname is Baninzi. I go to Tsika Secondary School. And today what was interesting is that I get to meet new people. I don't know.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisa Kanya. You can just call me Lisa. And my surname is Nyenge. As you can see, currently doing grade 12. And my most favorite thing or best thing about today is that I almost fell, but I didn't, which usually happens. So it's the best thing. Like,
Hi everyone, my name is Likanyile and my surname is Katumba. I'm doing grade 12 and Zigas High School, and what was interested today was about making an unprepared speech. And yo guys, yo.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna hand over to you guys. Can you please introduce yourselves and just something interesting about the day, the morning, actually. Yeah.
All right, good morning. My name is Kira Forget. I'm in grade 12 here at ITC. Something interesting about today. I was finishing up some homework and it was a very interesting topic about hurtful phrases in my diverse population class about different society groups.
My name is Treasure Taylor. I'm also in 12th grade at ITC, and the most interesting thing, or I guess, was I got to sleep in today, so that's always good.
My name is Anthony Davis. I am in 12th grade, and the most exciting today is I woke up 30 minutes ago.
My name is Angelina Grevy. I am also in grade 12 at ITC.
My name is Laura Hassan. I'm in grade 12 too. And the most exciting thing today was going outside for gym.
My name is Amelia Grimshaw. I'm in grade 12.
Hi, I'm Anaya. I attend ITC. I'm in the 12th grade. And the most interesting thing about my day, I guess my Spanish word.
Hi, I'm Kuja Cece. I'm also in 12th grade at ITC. And the most exciting thing today is the next word.
Hello, I'm Jaime Triana. I'm in 12th grade, and the most exciting thing that happened to me today was me and my mom almost got into a car accident again today, like yesterday.
Yeah. And we have two more in the back. Go ahead back there. Yeah.
My name is Armani, and I'm in grade 12. And the most interesting thing about today was the weather's nice. I didn't have to wear coat.
My name is Tiana Hunter. I'm also in grade 12. The most interesting thing about me today is that I had to run after the bus.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. And in that way, we were welcoming everyone tonight. And so now we just want to know, guys, what are your interests in varsity, in college? What would you like to do, and why would you like to do that? So anyone who has an answer to that.
Here in America, we have something called interdisciplinary or multi-field. That's where you kind of like make your own path, based on different majors out of picked college. So that's what I'm going into. I have a focus in business anthropology.
I want to major in biology, and I have two options. I'm either going to do an early assurance program for pharmacy, which is like basically I will get my 4-year degree and I will get a doctorate degree in 6 years. I'm either going to do that, or I'm just going to do 4 years in biology and then go to pharmacy school and get my doctorate.
I'm already actually applied to the local university for broadcast digital journalism. I am hoping to one day be a sports reporter. So using the broadcast digital journalism degree, I can possibly be on ESPN one day, which is one of our big sports networks.
We're gonna get some few learners from our side.
At this point that I am right now, for me, it's still kind of like a bit shaky for me as into terms like of what fields I really want to do. But politics is one of them. Business field is also one of them. Like I have a lot of things on my list at this point, so I'm not kind of certain as to which one I want at the moment. But I think close to this month or this term, I will be definitely sure of what and where I want to go.
For me, guys, I am interested in nature and conversation. I love taking pictures of nature, and I love being outdoors. Yeah, doing outdoors activities. So for me, I would like to do environmental sciences. Yeah. I am also interested in broadcasting journalism. I want to focus more on the sports side as well because I want to work for Super Sport. I want to anticipate and just dwell in the sports industry as a female. Yeah. The psychology side, and my second option would be modeling, and yeah, I want to focus more on the psychology side. Okay, we can take it from your side, guys. I just wanted us to have a conversation on this. Maybe if you have any questions that you want to ask based on the careers that they'll be sharing with you, and then we are gonna be asking some questions to you guys based on your careers that you'll be sharing with us too.
I'm also into broadcast journalism, but here I'm a sports photographer for all of our sports teams. So I might switch my path to visual communications, which is like following teams, going out and shooting for news, like not just like sports news, but also like politics and stuff like that. So it kind of just depends on where I take my field. But I did have a question for the girl that's also into broadcasting. We have a program here where we're always out in the field, we're doing internships and stuff like that. What do you guys do that is also related to like media? Like, are you guys doing internships? Are you covering like school events or something like that?
Our school, we barely have sports. So I don't really do anything about it, but I'm just interested in sport because I do watch sports. I grew up watching sports. So I fell in love with the idea of being not a commentator, but being able to broadcast sport as a female. So I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just planning on doing it when I get to varsity. But I am passionate about it. I love it, and I do want to pursue it.
I'm really into politics and I want to major in political science once I go to college.
Wow.
Because you don't see many people who look like me in Congress, in Senate, anywhere actually. There's only one hijabi Muslim elected official ever in the United States, and I think that's really sad considering how far we are. And I do want to go on and represent people that look like me and give them a voice as well.
I plan on doing forensic science when I go into college. I plan on doing a 4-year degree in that, and then mastery and hopping straight into like labs and things of that sort.
I want to major in law to become a lawyer.
Oh, I want to major in chemistry to become an anesthesiologist.
I want to major in biology to become a virologist and hopefully study in labs working with CRISPR.
What is that? What is band?
Oh, CRISPR is like a DNA editing software. It's what they're trying to use to stop cancer from being uncontrolled cell division. It's also allowing us to splice DNA with different species.
Interesting, guys. I'd like to know, in terms of finances, what do you guys do? Do you like take loans for your studies? Is it costly or it's not costly? How do you go about that?
For me, it's going to be a lot of loans. It's going to be very costly. Since I don't qualify for a lot of scholarships, I don't qualify for a lot of like needs-based or merit-based. I'm kind of in the middle. So when I do decide to go to college, I'll have to take most of that out of pocket.
College is expensive. Like I feel like they should have taught us so much more about it. But I kind of am like Amelia. I'm in the middle. Like there's some things that financially I qualify for, and there's some things that I don't. But luckily for us, we have this thing called SAYS, which I'm not no expert on it, but from what I've heard, it's like basically after your like financial aid and all your scholarships, they pay for the rest of your tuition, and sometimes they pay for more. Like sometimes they can pay for your books or your room and board. So if I do pick a college that's on SAS, then that'll be less money for me. But I don't know. I did get like some pretty nice scholarships for some schools, so it depends. But I might have to sit on a loan.
I'm not planning on taking out a loan for my undergraduate degree because when I go on to pursue my postgraduate degree, it's gonna be like $250,000 in that. So I'm definitely like gonna take the cheapest option, but I'm still gonna utilize all the resources that are gonna be at the school I decide to go to. So basically my plan is don't be in debt first 4 years and then be in debt in the next 10 years.
Is there anyone from our side who'd like to explain to us about how NSFAS works? They're the back, okay.
So here in South Africa, the way we do funding for further institution is that either you apply for an NSFAS or you have a bank loan or you go to different scholarships, right? So for an NSFAS, for example, right, you apply, but then there's requirements that you have to meet to apply to be able to qualify, right? So if you're a child of a government worker, like your parent is a nurse, you do not qualify because under the law of South Africa is that they can literally fund for you. But then if you have a parent who's most likely unemployed or has a job that does not exceed the amount around 350,000, they can qualify. So rand, they can qualify. Divide by 8 though. They can qualify. If you're like an employed parent, you can qualify for NSFAS. That's what we do in South Africa, right? Or your parents can do bank loans, or you have a student loans. We can also do that. It'll be depending on the bank that you are going to do this from, or depending on like the specific career that you choose. Because some institutions and there are programs here where they can provide for you besides NSFAS. So in my case, I'm pretty much gonna do NSFAS. Even though my mom is like a department worker, but then I got my dad's name, so I can qualify.
College is private or public, or is there a mix of?
Both, ma'am. But this one we are at right now is public.
Do private versus public schools or universities either depend cost wise? Like for here in America, a lot of private colleges or universities are way more expensive than public universities are.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same thing. Yeah. So basically what they were talking about NSFAS, it's student finance, sorry. It stands for National Student Financial Aid Scheme. And usually it pays for the registration, the tuition, accommodation, their meals, and also book allowance. So NSFAS, basically it's a loan that is given to students so that they can pursue their degrees. But then as she has alluded that you have to qualify for it. There's a certain percentage that you need to have in order to qualify for it. Not just everybody getting NSFAS, but you need to qualify for it. So I was having this question on my side that is it okay to start in universities or colleges when you're not certain with the career goals that you want to pursue? Do you think that on your side you do have like students who go through that, they're not sure what they want to do, and how do you come about that? What do you guys do?
So I'm somebody who doesn't know exactly what I want to study. So here it's common that students will change their major once or twice within their 4 years of college, and then beyond that. It's often common that students can go into college with an undecided major. And then you can do a lot of your prerequisites and play around with some of the extra not extracurriculars, but your different college classes and different majors. And then I think by the beginning of your junior year, which is your 3rd year, you are to declare major. So you have to decide what you want to study then.
Do you get pressure from your parents, like I want you to be a doctor? Do you guys often get that?
Yeah, I often get that a lot. It's because usually my mom would bring up the fact that she couldn't do it, so I kind of have to do it, and it makes a lot of money, and so that way I would be financially off.
I think it's like a big thing of like immigrant. Like, I'm not saying like parents that are like in America don't pressure their children, but a lot of immigrant parents like put a lot of pressure on their children to do something for themselves because they didn't give us opportunities. So you'll see like a lot of immigrant children in America doing really well because they have to, you know.
I do actually relate to the guy on my right hand side as to when your mom has to say that she wants you to be a certain thing, because on this side we actually do also experience that, whereas your parents tell you how they grew up, so they don't want you to grow up the same way, or they don't want you to go through the hardships they went through. So I do actually experience that a lot. Most of the time, to be even specific, I experienced it yesterday where she told me that I have to be something, I have to make it in life, because that's what it is, and she didn't give me an option, you know. And it kind of felt I was very uneased, but I just let it slide.
For me, it is kind of different. I don't know whether it's because my mom is young, but she's very flexible and very understanding. She never forced me into doing anything, but instead, she asked me about my career, like what am I interested in, what do I want to do. I told her about it, and she was keen, she was comfortable with it, she was okay with it. So I don't know whether it has something to do with the age or what, but since my mom is young, so I just feel like she kind of understands what we the young people are now interested in. So I really didn't have a problem with that.
For me, it's a little bit different because my mom is very supportive of my career choice. As much as she doesn't know what it is, but she's very supportive of it either way. But the main problem is where I want to study. That's where she draws the line, and she's like, you know what, you're not going out of town. You just need to stay here so that I can see you grow. But then the thing is, I don't want to stay here, so it's quite confusing for both of us. Yeah, doesn't have a choice. I'm going. I'm going.
You guys not going to university and choose to like learn in a trade like construction or like acting?
Based on your question, since for me especially, since I'm not sure yet, I have considered construction based on like I've actually liked designing houses and actually building the inside, from the inside to the outside, looking of the house. So I have actually considered that as an option for me if I don't get to go to university or anything like that. I can do that at a college, FET college, if I'm being specific.
So basically we do have like FET colleges where you, when you are done with your matric, or maybe you are doing lower grades like grade 11, actually from grade 9 you can go to college and then you pursue your career there. And then unlike those who finish their grade 12, which is matric, and then go to universities. So that's the difference between the two. Is there anyone who wants to change the world? I think that question just pops up in my mind. Do you want to change the world, or maybe let me bring it closer to home, like change your community? Is there anything that you'd like to do?
They're talking first.
Okay, on my side, it's changing the world emotionally, if I could say. Because I believe that we all have a battle that we're fighting within ourselves. So for me, I wish I could reach a lot of places, or like go to certain places and just try to heal the brokenhearted, and just try to help people deal with their past traumas or even childhood traumas.
Do you want to change the world, or maybe your community? What would you like to do?
If I had the chance, I probably like would run for president. Not to like have like power, but like I would like to change a lot of things and like around the world, like where our funding is going to and how we're getting the money for funding. But community wise, I would like to clean up the parts of Syracuse the tourists do not go to in the neighborhoods that like higher poverty neighborhoods, and clean up the streets and everything, because when I go home, I see a lot of litter or like torn down houses that are being lived in. And I think that those need to be changed before we can go to like around the world.
Yes.
Since I'm going into broadcasting, I mainly fell in love with it as a kid because I would watch sports news in the morning and recognize somebody's face. I would see somebody every morning, they were talking about like usually the same sport or sometimes different sports. And I want to be that for somebody. I want to be a constant face just on TV that people can recognize and relate to. Because I couldn't relate to many people in sports media as a kid, and I want to make sure that people like me can have somebody to relate to when they're watching like basketball or football or something like that.
I just wanted to share my story. I have studied BSc, which is Bachelor of Science, and then I majored in biochemistry. So the reason why I did that, actually, it was not my first choice. My first choice was I wanted to be a doctor. Reason being, I had a sick mother, and then she passed away. So I was like, I want to help people with the same problem. So now, when I went to university, I was like, oh, okay, my father doesn't want me to go like far away places, as she said. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I opted to do science and then majored in biochemistry and microbiology. But that's not my main thing that I want to do. I wanted to be a doctor, but unfortunately, I am not going to be pursuing that. I have other interests in like teaching now because I have joined Inkululeko, and I have seen that I do have a passion in teaching learners and engaging with younger people. So now I am in that and I want to pursue that. So it's my interest from now on. And I know that we have different stories here that we would share on why we have chosen what we have chosen. And I know that some of the people here, some parents have chosen careers for them. Some it's just that they are not sure what they want to do. So I'd like to everyone like share your stories, why are you choosing what you are choosing, what's the story behind, maybe if you could share the story, someone can get help from that. So it's my interest to know your stories, guys, and their stories too. It's everyone who wants to speak. I'm not going to say it's your turn now or say it's their turn now. Everyone who just wants to speak can just share the story with us. Thank you.
So really what I want to do is I want to work in a not-for-profit, which I think my dad worries a little bit about because not-for-profits tend to they do make less money profit-wise. So supporting a family would be a little bit more difficult. But for me, non-for-profits, I've worked in a few through internships and whatnot, and I just love helping people. So I really want to work in a not-for-profit that works in the area of mental health. I have a sister and an uncle and my mom actually too that struggle with different mental health disorders. I've had my own battles with anxiety. So I really want to help people that are facing those same struggles with their minds.
On my side, I've always been an emotional person, and I started living with depression and anxiety. And my uncle also lived with depression and anxiety. So I found out that I'm actually able to calm someone down or to talk to someone until they're okay. And I do have the ability to heal. So that's why I decided that I want to go into psychology so that I can heal more people and I could talk to people and understand why they do the certain things that they do and try to see a bigger picture of whatever a person is going through.
Okay, so me wanting to get into the broadcasting journalism thingy, it doesn't end there. I also wanna like pursue media and all that because I want to have a platform for myself where I could be able, because I'm a Christian, right? So I want a platform where I could be able to spread the gospel of God in it. I want to motivate the youngsters to not be ashamed of their belief and to express themselves in the media. So I want to grow God's ministry in the media. So that's why I want to get into the media. I want the platform for me to be able to spread the gospel of God through it. Thank you. Well, as for me, from the modeling side, reason behind me being wanting to be a model, it is because growing up, I used to be a lot insecure about my body. While I was young, I had eczema spots. Well, I had eczema, but now, I no longer have it, but only the spots are left on my body. So I still am insecure, but at this age now, I'm able to control myself. When somebody says something that is kind of body shaming to me, I'm able to tell them where to get off. And yeah, and also I want to embrace my body as the way it is because nothing is gonna change my body. It's up to me to embrace my body and be happy about it, feel confident, and yeah, that's fine.
Reactions.
Nice.
Do you have anyone from your side, guys?
Can I put input on the body thing? Like, growing up as a plus size kid into a plus size teen, into a plus size adult, I have suffered like, not suffered, but like I've been talked down to about the way I dress or that you should cover your body. But as you get older, you figure out that once you stop comparing yourself to other people, the only person you can compare yourself is to yourself, and that it's you're beautiful any way that you come, and that nobody is gonna change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a story for why they are choosing the profession that they're choosing? I heard from some of you.
I'd like to, so my story is, I watched someone close to me tragically die, and I want to study like biology so that, and with CRISPR, so that way we can make the caps on our DNA fall off slowly, so we age slower and have a stronger like immune system and strong enough to deal with not just one virus, but two. I also want to help people who have cancer and other treatments than chemo, and be more accessible and cheaper than what chemo is. And I know that some people have a fear of chemo since it's like radiation targeting all your cells, and that can damage your body as well as cause mutations in your DNA.
So I would like to answer ma'am's first question and this life story, right? So I'll start with the life story, right? I would love to actually create a school for people, in my opinion, like me. So growing up in the system of my country, my opinion, it failed me. Because as much as I'm this good at English, I wasn't that good because my primary education wasn't good. And basically people like me are outcast in my country because if you're not good at this language, you're not qualifying anyway. So I would like to create a school for people who were neglected, who were left behind by the system in them believing they created it. So to create a school where people who have who have a spelling problem, who have a learning program, who have a spelling problem, who have a learning problem, and people that are not diagnosed by doctors, but are people who are actually depressed. Because in my opinion, as people who are alive, people who live, people are people who suffer. So for all of us, we all go through pain. right? So I would love to create an environment, specifically a school, that will give a safe place for people who are left behind, for people who are thought to be okay but are not okay, but need a place. And a career choice I'm going for currently is law. I'd love to get into politics too. The reason I'm going there is because currently I like to argue and I like to get into fun. I like to get in an argument. So I would really love to get in an argument and then get paid at the same time, you know? So yeah. And with the plan I have is that with the money with my career, I would love to fundraise it until I can able to create a school. Not that I want to be the principal or a teacher, but I want to create a building, an environment, a system where learners that are left behind, are outcast, that were failed by the system, can actually come back and do better in the system that I create for them.
I'll go. When I was a little kid, I was always said that like I speak too loud, or I'm too rambunctious, or I need to calm down, or stuff like that. And I was a really like wild kid, bouncing off the walls, just doing whatever. And then I looked into sports, and that's what they're doing on camera. They're yelling at each other about sports and just saying the wildest things about one passion that they have. And I'm like, oh, I can do that. I could be wild and rambunctious and get paid. If I'll talk about stuff that I like, that's like really cool. So that's like the more fun reason. But I realized that I can be myself on camera and not just this like stoic, like blank face on the TV talking about like boring news. Here's the weather. Like I don't want to do that. I want to be able to connect to people with my personality and make them be like, guys, this is sports. This is fun stuff. Watch my show. Like that type of thing.
I wanted to be a psychologist, right? Because I found out that I can extremely relate to people. I'm extremely empathetic. So I actually can help people with their problems, all that. But then my mind changed. Now I want to become an entrepreneur. Why? Because the system it's setting me off. Because how come there are people who are billionaires and all of that, but there's still people who are extremely poor? Now, as I actually studied the science of money, I saw how I wouldn't say easy, but how money works, I can say. Because there's people who are driving $1 million cars, but there's people who are struggling to pay their bills for their homes. So now I want to obtain that money because it's obtainable, you know? Yeah, it's not that deep, but, you know.
Anybody else like money?
Oh, yes. I think is it on? Yes. I think Asemahle, yes, has touched on something that is burning here in South Africa. Like when we're talking about unemployment, you know, I am one of the stats of unemployment in South Africa. So I think he has touched on something that that's happening, and it's going on for years now. You study and then you just sit in the sun and watch the sun going up and down. So we are having that issue here in South Africa, whereby you study all the years. Some go study until they are doing postdoc because not that they want to be at school, but because there's no employment in South Africa. You just study to sit down. So I think being an entrepreneur is one of the backups that a person can have. Because if you can start your own business, I don't think there's much that is needed in as much as you have to know about business, but you do have to have a backup because somehow, some way you're gonna use it. And you know, like I've alluded that this was not my career path, but I'm here now. I am a scientist, but I am here now. So having a high rate of unemployment in South Africa is one of the issues that we are facing as the youth. How is it in your side? How is employment in your side? Are you sure that after you've done your degrees that it's guaranteed that you are going to get jobs?
Depends on like what field you're going into. So like here in America, we have like a big push at the moment into like a lot of the trades. Because like a lot of the plumbers and electricians are like older people, so we need new people to fill in that workforce. There's a lot of push into like a lot of the STEM fields, so like microchips and a lot of different those fields. So it really depends on like what you're doing, whether or not like there is a guaranteed job spot for you.
There's a big deficit in the medical fields. So nurses, doctors, anybody who can work in research or medical. So all these students who said that they were interested in that will likely be employed without a problem. So that's one way. There's a lot of openings now during COVID. We lost a lot of people retired because they didn't want to work during COVID, and so now we have a big gap. And teachers too, but nobody here wants to be a teacher.
Being a teacher brings you income, it's one of the careers that you should take here in South Africa. Being a teacher, it's a guaranteed job. Yes, it's one of the guaranteed jobs. Being a teacher, being a nurse, what else? But those big careers with big words like your BSc in biochemistry, you just wonder because you're just doing it for knowledge. Beyond that, it's a struggle. It's really a struggle. And especially in the small towns that we live in, it's very hard. It's very hard. You just have to study until postdoc, and then after that, you become a lecturer or you become a researcher. But then it's very slim finding yourself being in like big companies, your Aspen, where you can work in the labs and everything. So being a teacher, a nurse, yeah, I think, and also doing entrepreneurship, could bring something on the table.
Experiencing a lot of talent leaving the country. Do people get the degrees and leave?
So what is happening currently in South Africa is that yes, talent is leaving the country, but I just recently, saw, most articles saying that most people that left, perhaps in the early 2000s, late 90s, or even like just post apartheid, like during the transition period around 1995, 1996, now they are considering coming back to South Africa because Europe, mostly Europe is like expensive, especially health. So they're like, no, we need to go back home because at least, there are talks of signing what is that, Zama, the health bill that President Ramaphosa is just signed or is about to sign. So which will kind of like ease the things as far as the health insurance is concerned. So yes, the talent is leaving. If you can ask anyone in this room, do you want to go to Dubai? Do you want to relocate to Dubai? Everyone wants to leave. People, they want to leave. And you should check the statistics of, young professionals, young graduates that are teaching English in China now, are teaching English in Asia. The statistics like are crazy. And then, but when you look at the Europe side, people from Europe, they want to come back to South Africa. So it's you don't know what's happening, but yeah, talent is leaving, and then some people, they want to come back. So yeah, sorry for hijacking podcast.
No, good.
Just go.
Who wants to leave Syracuse?
Oh, wait, no. Kira just asked, how many of these students want to leave Syracuse? And they raise their hands. Go ahead, raise your hands again.
So plenty of kids here that want to leave. Some of us want to stay in our small town city.
Okay, so I also want to add something about this unemployment and how it affects the youth of our country. So I took notes because I don't want to forget anything. Sorry about that. So The high unemployment rate in South Africa has a significant impact on the youth of the country because, firstly, many young people are unable to find work, which can lead to frustration and a feeling of hopelessness. Secondly, because many young people are unemployed, they often lack the skills and experience necessary to get a job in the future. Thirdly, the unemployment can lead to poverty, which can have a devastating effect on the health and well-being of young people. Finally, to wrap it up, I'd say that the lack of unemployment opportunities can lead to social unrest as young people feel like they have nothing to lose. Thank you.
Do you guys feel scared, like leaving home, staying far away from home, like when you're starting college or university? Is it scary or what's going on?
Can I answer this? Okay, the only reason I want to stay here is because my oldest brother went to New York City for his college. He went to NYU. And when he got there, they tried to say that there was no housing for him. So my mom had to call them, curse them out, tell them like, why are y'all treating my son like this? And he eventually got housing because my mom is a Karen. So I just I don't want to be out of state or out of my city if a like a extreme inconvenience happens like that. That scared me to stay here. I do not want to deal with that.
I mean, with my field, there's spots everywhere. There's like places everywhere to be in media, but there's also spots nowhere. Because depending on what part of broadcasting you're going into, there's a lot of spots behind the scenes. Like you could run a camera, you could record the audio, or like design like posters and whatnot, but there's not a lot of spots to be on camera because it's such a small, it's a really narrow like career field because only so many people can get on camera and there's only so many TV personalities that you see. So it's kind of scary because I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I don't know if I'm gonna end up staying in New York City. I don't know if I'm gonna end up in like Arizona or something. Like it's kind of, I want to leave, but I don't know where I'm gonna end up. And that's the scary part.
Personally, for me, I think it's a mix of I guess I'm kind of a little scared, but I'm mainly excited. The way I look at it is I've been in Syracuse my whole life, and I want to I love to travel and see new places, and I want to experience something new. I want to I'm bored of this. I'm so tired of being here. I want to experience something new. I want a fresh new look, and that part really excites me if I choose not to go to college in Syracuse. I mean, I guess it's a little scary because I've never really been on my own, living in a dorm, obviously probably with a roommate, but not with my mom down the hall. Now she's an hour or two or
You're very close
7
to your
away.
mom, right?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little weird if I choose to go somewhere far, but at the same time, some of the places that I applied to far, I have family that's close by. So although I'll be without my mom, I'll still have people that I'll still have a support system near me. So yeah.
I'm kind of lucky because I kind of have two homes, one in America and the second one in Europe because most of my family's in Europe. But I'm definitely gonna stay for school in America because it's in English. But when I get my degree and I establish myself, I'm going to move, inshallah, to Europe, and then I'm going to be back with my family because most of them are in Europe. And when I'm in there, I'm always happier, and these people are it's just better. It's just my opinion.
I would go out and study somewhere else because I have the mindset of that I want to be independent. I don't want my parents to stress over me every time. So I also want to stress over my own self. Like, what am I going to do today? What am I going to eat and all that? So leaving home wouldn't be much of a problem because I'm also used to traveling. My dad loves traveling, so I would go with him, but the tables should turn now. I would want to travel on my own, be independent, live on my own,
and yeah, do update my parents, but I mostly want to be independent. Just like the other girl said, I also have two choices. If I choose to stay here, it's fine. I have family here. I grew up here. I've been here, so I'm not gonna be lost in any way. I do have support, and I also do have family in Cape Town. If I choose to go to Cape Town and study in Cape Town, I have parents there, so I would go to Cape Town because I've been here in Grahamstown. I've lived here. I've grew up here, so I think I would like to go to Cape Town just to experience the freedom and the freedom, because I'm gonna be away from parents, but I do have relatives on that side, so I will have freedom. Yeah, a bit of freedom. So I think I will go to Cape Town.
For me, living here in Grahamstown is kind of boring now. I mean, I grew up here, I studied here, and I'm 18 this year. I'm turning 19. So next day I want to go to Cape Town, be independent. Yeah, be independent, but at least I want like experience language barrier because Cape Town is in South Africa. So at least there's nothing much to worry about. Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's both scary and exciting because I want to be far away from home, as far as I can be. What's exciting about the whole experience is that I'll have to start a fresh new start. I'll be independent. I'll definitely depend on myself for anything. And the exciting part is that I'll have to video call my mom and be like, girl, I'm still okay. Otherwise, it's very exciting. But then the scary part is I'm a mother's baby. So being far from my mom, there are days where I'll feel depressed and I'll be like, yeah, no, I need my mom. And I don't know what I'll do when I'm like in another country or continent or whatever, or province, yeah. So it's those two things for me, but I'm actually excited to just get out there and meet people and just talk to people.
For me, seems like I wanna like pursue like to be an economist, but then on the other side, I wanna be a basketball player. Cause like since I'm good at basketball, cause like in basketball like isn't, I would say, not expressed enough here like in South Africa. So like I would have to go to another country or to another continent to like being a basketball. Oh gosh, I don't know how to put, but then it's just that yeah, I'm a basketball player and I want to pursue it, and like being a professional is one of the things. Cause like I wanna be a professional and like provide for my family, but then being a professional player too, maybe for the NBA and be like Stephen Curry, some shit. Yeah, like and I got my mates, yeah, like yeah, the bag. I got my mates, yeah. So yeah, guys.
That's what.
Um, um, I also love basketball, so I would also love to do that. And um, when I started playing basketball, some other guys told me I couldn't do it because I'm a girl. So I just proved them wrong, played, and yeah, I could say I'm good. I'm trying. I'm trying. So yeah, I want to play basketball, and I want people to know me, and I want young girls who want to play basketball to see that basketball isn't only for guys, or yeah, they can also do it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It was great having you. I think I do remember some of the faces that we saw on the first cohort that we had. The guy with the spectacles near the table. I still remember you. Yes, you. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And also the lady over not the yellow top, but the black jacket. I still remember you, yes. And also here on the other side. Yeah, yes, the lady here. And also next to her. I still remember. No, yes. I still remember you guys. Thank you so much for this podcast for today. I'm just hoping that the cohort won't change. We are going to continue with this cohort until the end of our podcast. And Katie, thank you so much for your time, and everyone for your time.
Thank you.
It's getting
Thank
late.
you.
Yes, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.